Hi everyone, Mrs. Sepsic here again. I am going to review your book homework, page 280, numbers 21 to 29 odd and 67 to 71 odd. So make sure you have that out. Okay, the book directions for 21 to 29 odd tell us to construct an appropriate triangle to complete the table. So you want to make sure that you use the unit circle for these ones. I highlighted in green the table from the book that we had to find, so what was missing. So for example, on 21, they gave us the function and the degree. So it was sine and 30 degrees. We were looking for the radian and the function value. So if sine is 30 degrees, or where sine is 30 degrees, is right here. Okay, that's our pi over 6. Remember, your sine is your y, so your y value, your function value, would be 1/2. Okay, so you should have filled in what I had in green there, pi over 6 and 1/2. Number 23, they gave us tangent and pi over 3. So first, finding on your unit circle where that is. Pi over 3 is right here. Okay, so that should be pretty easy for degree. The degree is 60 degrees. And your radian, okay, you're taking sine, your function value, you're taking sine over cosine. So square root 3 over 2 over 1/2 reduces to square root 3. So your function value was square root of 3, okay, whenever we have tangent at 60 degrees. Number 25, they gave us cotangent and they gave us square root 3 over 3. Okay, so we first need to figure out where is this going to be. Okay, so it's going to be right here, okay, which is pi over 3, because the only way that you're going to get square root 3 over 3 is if you take 1/2 over square root 3 over 2. Okay, so when you rearrange that, okay, which is cosine over sine, it's our cotangent, you end up with your square root 3 over 3. Okay, which again, they gave us that in 25. So that's 60 degrees, that's pi over 3. Okay, so remembering that cotangent is cosine over sine, that will help you. And they did limit this to the first quadrant. Okay, so you only need to focus on quadrant 1 in these problems. Okay, 27, they gave us cosine and they gave us pi over 6. Okay, so first on your unit circle, remembering pi over 6 is right here. You're filling in your degree and you're filling in your function value. Okay, so our degree is 30 degrees. Cosine at 30 degrees is square root 3 over 2. Okay, so again, your answers that I have are mine are in green. 29, they gave you cotangent, and they gave you the function value as 1. Okay, so that's going to be our family of 4. The only way you can have cotangent, which is cosine over sine, equivalent to 1, is, if you look at your unit circle, okay, if you have square root 2 over 2 divided by square root 2 over 2. So again, that's our family of 4, pi over 4, and your degree is 45 degrees. Okay, so that was 21 to 29 odd. Now let's look at 67 to 71 odd. And we wrote the instructions here to find all the angles for these ones, not just quadrant 1. Okay, so I will review that. Okay, and the directions were to find each value of theta in degrees without using a calculator. Okay, so 67, the problem was sine theta equals 1/2. Okay, so you're asking yourself, where on the unit circle is sine going to be a positive 1/2? Okay, so remember, you're going to go up 1/2. So it's going to be positive here, and it's going to be positive here. Okay, so over here, Okay, when it's positive, it's pi over 6, which is 30 degrees. And in quadrant 2, it's 5 pi over 6, which is 150 degrees. Okay, so the book only gives you solutions for quadrant 1, but again, we wanted you to try to find all of them, not just quadrant 1. Okay, B, cosecant of theta is 2. Okay, so our cosecant theta of 2 is the same thing as sine theta is 1/2. So same answer. Okay, where is our sine theta? Positive 1/2 on our unit circle at 30 degrees, which is pi over 6. Okay, or 150 degrees, which is 5 pi over 6. Okay, 69, letter A, gives you secant theta, which is 2. Okay, which is the same thing as cosine theta, which is 1/2. So again, you're asking yourself, where on the unit circle is our cosine theta going to be positive 1/2? So right here, you're going over positive 1/2. And right here, you're also going over positive 1/2. So those are our two places where you're going to have positive cosine values. So pi over 3, which is 60 degrees. And then 5 pi over 3, which is 300 degrees. Okay. B is cotangent theta of 1. Okay, same thing as asking, when is the tangent theta going to be positive 1? Okay, so thinking back to our family of 4 again, because of the square root 2 over 2, square root 2 over 2, and then for quadrant 3, they're both negative, negative square root 2 over 2, which in both quadrant 1 and 3, you're going to end up with a positive tangent theta of 1, and same thing with cotangent theta equals 1. So your answer would be pi over 4, which is 45 degrees, and 5 pi over 4, which is 225 degrees. Okay, 71, the cosecant theta, which is equal to 2 square root 3 over 3. Okay, that's the reciprocal of sine. So it's the same thing as them asking us, when is sine theta going to be positive square root 3 over 2? Okay, so one of them will be in quadrant 1, because at pi over 3, which is 60 degrees, your sine theta is going to be square root 3 over 2. Okay, and then in quadrant 2, 2 pi over 3, which is 120 degrees, you're also getting a positive square root 3 over 2. Okay, and then letter B of 71, when is the sine theta going to be positive square root 2 over 2? So it's going to be positive here in quadrant 1, family of 4, because it's square root 2 over 2. So 45 degrees, pi over 4. And in quadrant 2, family of 4, because again, you're going up, so your sign is going to be positive there. Okay, and it's equivalent to square root 2 over 2. So in quadrant 2, it's 3 pi over 4. Same thing as 135 degrees. Okay, so if you have any additional questions, email your teacher. And I hope everyone has